Hello, welcome. Today we are going to be learning physical and chemical changes. Physical and chemical what?
Changes.
Physical and chemical what? Changes. Matter undergoes two types of changes. Matter undergoes how many types of changes? Two types of changes. Matter undergoes two types of changes. Number one is what we call the what? Physical change. And number two is what we call the what? Chemical change. These are the two types of change that matter can undergo. And I told you that example of matter is an ice block, because it has mass and it occupies what? Space. Matter is anything that has mass and occupies what? Space. Common salt. Do you know what they call common salt? The salt you use in your house to cook, isn't it? Yes. That is matter, because it has weight and occupies what? Space. So matter like ice block or common salt undergoes two types of what? Change. Iron. You know what iron is, isn't it? Yes. It's a matter, isn't it? It undergoes changes too. You understand? So any matter can either undergo a physical change or what? Chemical change. A physical change is a change from one state to the other that is reversible. Example, when ice changes from ice block to water, can it be reversed? No. When ice changes from ice block to water, can it be reversed? Yes. How can you reverse it? Putting it in the freezer, isn't it? Yes. It will get back to ice, isn't it? Yes. So it is reversible. So therefore, what kind of change is that? Physical. Whenever there is a change from one state, in ice block, what state is it in? Solid state. It changes to water. Water is in what state? Liquid state. Whenever there is a change in state, we call it a what? Physical change. Because it is what? Reversible. Is that clear? Yes. So physical change, this is a reversible what? Change from one state back to another, isn't it? Isn't it? Yes. You can also say that it is a temporary change. Is that clear? Yes. Example is the solution of what? Of common salt in water. You understand? Yes. If you carry common salt and put in water, it will dissolve. But when you carry it and leave it under the sun, the water will evaporate and you still see your common salt back, isn't it? Yes. Number two example is ice block changing to what? Water, isn't it? Yes. So this is another type of a physical change. Is that clear? Yes. Is that clear? Yes. Another example is heating of what? Sulfur. Heating of sulfur. In the what? Absence of air. Heating of sulfur in the absence of air is another example of what? Physical change. So physical change is the reversible change from one state to another that is temporary. Example, the solution of common salt in water, heating of sulfur in the absence of air, ice block melting to what? Water. Is that clear? Now, what is chemical change? This is an irreversible change. Chemical change is what? Irreversible. In which new substance is what? Formed. In which a new substance is formed, or in which new substances are formed. You understand? Yes. In physical change, no new substance is formed, but in chemical change, new substances are formed. Is that clear? Yes. Is that clear? Yes. Example is what? The solution of what? Dissolution of metal sodium in what? Water. What is the chemical reaction? Na plus what? H2O. To give us what? Sodium what? Hydroxide plus what? Hydrogen that is given up. Is that clear?
Yes, sir.
Is that clear?
Yes.
To balance the equation. So dissolution of sodium in water is an example of what? Chemical reaction. Because when sodium reacts with water, it forms sodium hydroxide. Is that clear? This is a totally new substance, different from what we have here.
Okay.
So this is a what? Chemical reaction. And then is going to ask you, which of the following reactions or which of the following changes is a chemical change? It would write dissolution of common salt in water, melting of ice block to water, heating of sulfur in the absence of air, dissolution of sodium in water. Which one is a chemical change? Dissolution of sodium in water. What other example of chemical change do we have? What? Burning of what? Magnesium. Burning of magnesium is a what? Chemical change. Burning of magnesium is a what? Chemical change. Because when magnesium burns in air, it gives what we call magnesium oxide. It gives what we call what? Magnesium what? Oxide. Is that clear?
Yes, sir.
Is that clear? So this is what we have. Magnesium metal burning in oxygen gas to give us magnesium what? Oxide. Is that clear? So this is another example of a what? Chemical change. So then we will ask you, which of the following is a physical change? They will write burning of magnesium in air, dissolution of sodium in water, melting of ice block. Which one is a physical change? Melting of ice block. You're supposed to know it. Very important. The two types of changes that matter undergo are what? Physical change or what? Chemical change. In physical change, it is reversible and it simply changes state from one state to another. But in chemical change, new substances are formed. Is that clear? Now we are going to tabulate the differences between physical and what? Between physical and what? We are going to tabulate it so that it's easier to understand. So we say difference between physical and what? Chemical change. So what are the differences between physical and chemical changes? Here we have what? Physical what? Change. And here we have what? Chemical what? Change. So who can tell me one difference between a physical change and chemical change? Physical change, it is easily reversible. Physical changes are easily reversible, isn't it?
Yes.
What of chemical change?
It's not
It is not easily what? Reversible. Who can give me another?
new substance are not formed.
In physical change, no new substance is formed. But in chemical change is what? New substance is formed. All new substances are formed. Is that clear?
Yes.
Then what other change the difference? In physical change, very what? Little amount of heat is what? Is absorbed or evolved or emitted. Isn't it?
Yes.
Whereas here, what happens?
Yeah, remarkable heat change.
Remarkable what?
Heat change.
Remarkable heat change. So whenever a physical change is taking place, there is little or more, very little amount of heat given off or taken in. Is that clear?
Yes.
But in chemical reaction or in chemical changes, there is large amount of heat either given out or absorbed. Is that clear?
Yes, sir.
Is that clear?
Yes, sir.
What other change?
No change in mass.
No what?
Change in mass.
Change in mass. No change in mass. There is no change in mass in physical change. But in chemical change, what happens?
A new substance has different masses.
Here, a new substance always has different what? Masses. So new substances always have different masses. Is that clear?
Yes, sir.
When you dissolve when a block of ice dissolves, the mass of that block of ice will still be the same thing as the mass of water that is formed, isn't it?
Yes.
There is no difference in their masses. But once there is a chemical reaction or chemical change, there is difference in mass between the reactant and the what? Product. Difference in mass between the reactant and the what? Product. So that's why there is always change in mass for chemical change, but there is no change in mass for physical change. Little amount of energy is either given out or absorbed, but here remarkable amount of heat, that's large amount of heat. Here there is no new substances formed in physical change. In chemical change there are new substances formed. In physical change it is easily what? Reversible, but chemical changes are not easily reversible. Is that clear? Is that clear?